Hello, welcome back to my channel. And it's already that time to set my November TBR, and I feel like yesterday I filmed my October TBR and we're already setting my time is going unfathomably quickly. We have a few days left before November hits, and then we have 2 months left of this year, and I just can't believe how quick 2025 has just kind of completely flown. But I am really excited for November. Some of my most anticipated releases are coming out in November and I'm so excited. So I'm doing my TBR a little bit differently this month. I have so many books that I have to read that I'm thinking of setting a priority TBR, a hopeful TBR, and then my kind of set TBR from my little red cup. Now, potential hopeful TBR is going to be books that I really want to get to, but I don't think there's going to be enough time to get everything read, and so there's the hope I'll be able to read them, but if I don't, it's not a big deal, because last month in October, technically still this month, I don't feel like I read that many books of my TBR. I had so much to read, I had so much I wanted to get through, that I didn't end up reading all that much from my TBR. So while I do have books that I absolutely have to read because of the upcoming book releases, I do have a few books that I really want to get to, but I don't want to officially set them as my TBR because it doesn't feel that great when I set a TBR and then none of the books get read. I think we'll start with the books that I absolutely have to read in November. First one is going to be Helen Shearer's Thorns and Fire. This is book 2 in the Ashes of Thesma. I am currently reading Iron and Embers. I'm just rereading this in preparation for this because Silver and Smoke is coming out on the 11th of November and I'm so excited. But I'm also joining the publishers for a read along in celebration for the final book in the trilogy being out, and I'm so excited. So that does mean that I need to read this before the 7th of November to be prepared to read the third and final book, and I just can't believe we're already at the point where this series is over, and I can't wrap my head around how quickly time has gone. I feel like Iron and Embers just came out. I'm sure it came out like the beginning of the year. Book 2 is already out and book 3 is about to be out in like less than 2 weeks, and it's crazy, but I'm so excited to see her story wrapped up, to kind of see her journey that she has gone through post-war, and I absolutely love this spin-off. There's very rare spin-offs that I love in a series that I absolutely adore the main character of. I sometimes find it hard to be back in that world but not following my favourite characters, and these books first of all do such justice to the story that needs to be told for this character, because she's gone through so much post-war. It's really explored, it's really kind of taken time to work through, and the character just goes through so much self-discovery and really recognises her potential and kind of cobbles herself back together after everything she's gone through during the war. And I think it's such a beautiful, heartbreaking story, and I'm so excited, but I'm also dreading the story being over. But the third book will be out on the 11th, so I do want to reread Iron and Embers, which I'm currently going through, and then read Thorns and Fire, and then Smoke and Silver. So that's 2 books already. Now the next one is my most anticipated release. You may have heard of it. It is the 4th and final book in the Legacy series. That's 2 big series that I love wrapping up in November. The quartet is going to be done and over with by the end of November, and I'm dreading it, but I'm so excited for it. I could not put into words how much I love the Legacy series, how much I love the world that Melissa K. Rorick has put together. I love the universe. It's not even just this world, it's the entire universe that she has put together. There are bits in this that I literally screamed out loud reading, because if you've read Lady of Darkness, you will know that they do tie together in quite a big way. It's very obvious the way they tied together. And I just was so excited in certain scenes, and I was just screaming out loud, and I love it. It is dark, there is a lot going on, but I just absolutely love this series with everything in me. So of course, before we get to Legacy series, I'm going to be rereading the Lady of Darkness series, which is a completed series, 5 books. This month, 5 books completed in the Lady of Darkness series, and this will be like my 4th or 5th time reading the series. I could not tell you. This is my number one book series of all time. This has a permanent space in my heart, in my soul, in my brain. I constantly think about these characters. I think it's such a well done romantasy series. I adore everything of it. I don't have a single complaint, and the fact that we have another series in this world, well, in this universe, and it's done just as well. I love it just as much. Like, Melissa Roerick has cemented herself as my number one favourite author, and it's just obvious because every book that I've ever read from her has been utter perfection, and I'm really excited for the next books in this universe, because there is going to be more books within these universes. But just the fact that the Legacy series is done is crazy. I can't believe it's come so quick. It's not come so quick because we've been waiting a hot minute, but like it's done. Like, the story is going to be wrapped up. So in preparation for that, I will be rereading the Lady of Darkness series, because I've been wanting to do a reread for the longest time, and now I have an excuse. And then I'll be rereading the Legacy series and reading the 3rd book, which I haven't read yet because I've been putting it off because I just can't deal with another heart-wrenching cliffhanger again. So I did put it off in preparation for book 4. So I will be rereading the Legacy series. So that's 5, that's 8 books already on top of Iron and Ember's trilogy. So this is why I say I have a set TBR that I absolutely have to get through, because I'm not waiting a single minute within Legacy series coming out. But I am also rereading the Book of Azrael, because the 4th book is out. My copy is actually being delivered tomorrow, and I know I'm not going to finish this series within October. It's going to jump into November, so there's a lot of reading that I need to get done. But yeah, I can't wait a single minute. I have to pick up book 4 as soon as it comes out, so I need to time this really well. So that's what I'll be doing. So set TBR is Lady of Darkness, the Legacy series, and Thorns and Fire and Smoke and Silver. And then my potential hopeful TBR, which we're now going to get into. Okay, now for my potential TBR. I feel like there has been so many amazing releases lately, and these are all the ones that just really scream out to me that I really want to get to. I think I've kind of picked too many, but again, this is potential TBR, this is a hopeful TBR. This is books I may not get through, and to be fair, it'll be a feat if I'm actually able to get through any of these, because the TBR is already so full, and on average I read about 12 books a month, so I would have to read every day to get these read. Anyway, enough of that. So the first book on my hopeful TBR is The Wolf King by Lauren, I cannot pronounce her surname. I have heard such amazing things about this release. I've heard such amazing things about this book when she was indie released, but by the time I'd heard of it, she'd been picked up traditionally, so I was waiting for the re-release, which I'm kind of happy I did, because the hardback cover is absolutely stunning, like the end papers, and I think the Night Prince is set to be released on the February 2026, so it's not that long away. So I probably would actually set this on my like December or January TBR, so it's closer to the release. But I'm just so excited about this, and I'm really itching to get into this because it sounds so good. I've heard such amazing things, and I feel like I'm missing out by not picking this up straight away. But we'll see what we go through. I think this is I don't know anything about this. I just heard that people were raving and saying that you must add this to your TBR, and this is a really good romantasy book recommendation, and etc. But I don't know anything about it. I think it's a werewolf romance, a werewolf romantasy. I think there's a love triangle, because I did get spoiled for that by someone who'd posted on their story, which I was a little bit annoyed about, but it is what it is. So potential TBR number 1. Number 2, I have to read this. I have to read this as soon as possible, because Riftborn and Duskbound was so good. I really love their writing. I really love the way that the magic system and the world and the plot was really good. Book 2 over book 1, but I've heard this is 10 times better, and that this is an absolutely like have to read, you're missing out, it's gonna blow your mind, your new 5-star, new top read of the year kind of book. And I'm really, really excited about this. I, again, know nothing about this, but I know that it's good, and it's by 2 authors that I really, really like. So I was just like, I absolutely have to pick it up. I did pick it up in hardcover this time. My Riftborn and Duskbound is in paperback, but I was like, if this is as good as I hear it's good, like, if this is as good as I'm told it's going to be, and it's going to blow my mind, I have to own this in hardcover, and I'm going to regret it if I don't. I suspect that these are going to be picked up traditionally. I will not be surprised if we have news at some point about them having this book in particular picked up traditionally, and I'll be so excited for it. But yeah, I just, if anything is going to be read, this will be the first one I pick up if I have time, because it sounds like it's going to be a top read of the year. Will it? I don't know, but it sounds like it could be, so pretty excited about that. Now, the next book is a newest release. I actually just got this in the mail today. It's Kissed by the Gods by Kathy Rogan. This I'm anticipating. I'm looking forward to picking this up, but it's not like I have to read it in November. This will probably be something I take on holiday. I am going to France in December, and I think this would be perfect to take with me. It's small, it's thick, so I wouldn't have to take too many, and I feel like something that's really going to grab my attention. I heard this, again, this is another one that kind of blew up, have to read. Everyone suspects this is going to be picked up traditionally, which again, I wouldn't be surprised, because I feel like we're seeing a lot of that lately. Books that blow up on Book Talk, Bookstagram, YouTube, being picked up quite quickly by traditional publishers, and apparently this is one that's a strong contender, and I wanted to pick this up before she gets picked traditionally. And this sounds really good. It's got something about wars and maybe the aftermath of a war, I don't know, but it sounds really good. I mean, if it's got gods in it, I think this may be a contender. Next, which is something I think I'm definitely going to pick up because it's me and my sister's book club pick of this month, is Red City by Mary Lou. This has mafia elements, or I think it's like some sort of mafia in here, and it's 2 warring families, and they're both on opposite sides, and I think they have a love interest going on, and something's happening. It's urban fantasy. I don't know a whole lot about it, but first of all, it's absolutely stunning. I was so surprised with how many copies they have of the special signed edition still in stock, but I didn't know about this until I went to Waterstones and we were trying to pick up our book club pick, and I just recently started seeing people talk about this, and I was like, this sounds so good. This sounds right up my alley. I mean, mafia elements, you don't really see that often in fantasy books, for me anyway, that I've seen, and I don't know, it sounds really good, and I've heard good things since I've picked it up, so I'm really, really excited about this. This is less of a hopefuls and more of a cemented, because me and my sister are buddy reading this, so yeah, I don't know why it's in this pile, to be quite honest. This should be in the other pile, but I'm really, really excited about this, and I think this sounds so good, and I'm really excited to pick it up. And it's stunning. Like, it's absolutely stunning. So if you are looking for a signed special edition, Waterstones still has loads of stock. There was like a huge pile of them in stock. Yeah, definitely pick this up. It sounds phenomenal. Last but not least, The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bavellano. This is a standalone. I have just found this out. I was watching Ravenhead Reader's latest vlog, and she was talking about this, and she was saying how good it is, and then she got to the ending and she was like, this is a standalone. I didn't know this was a standalone. It reads like a series, and it's interconnected standalones. So I'm glad I know that going into it, because it's a whole different, I agree, it's a whole different experience between reading standalone and a series. You have different expectations. So I'm really, really excited about this. I never intended to pick this up. From the cover, it didn't sound like something that really screams to me, but then she was telling about it, and I was like, that actually sounds really good. It's friends to lovers, I think, and apparently there's a lot of yearning, there's a lot of chemistry off the page, a very different dynamic than what I typically read in romanticises, and I'm always looking for things different to kind of broaden my reading experience, so I'm quite excited about this. Will I pick it up in November? Hopefully. It sounds really good. It's a standalone, and I think I'm going to have a good time reading this, but there are books that I want to read over this, but this is definitely getting added to at least next month's TBR, cemented TBR. So yeah, this sounds really interesting. I can't believe it's taken me this long to pick it up. Illumicrate's edition of this is absolutely stunning. I know some people weren't really happy with the theme of it, but I think it looks absolutely stunning. I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, now it's time. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. This is so many books. Anyway, now it's time to pick from the little red cup. So I pick 3 books out of this little red cup, and that typically gets set on the priority TBR. Now this month obviously I have a lot of reading to get done. This would take priority over my hopefuls that I've just mentioned, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't read any of these. I'd be happy if I read one. I am going to try to at least strive to read one, but this month October, I didn't read any books on my priority TBR from this little red cup. Actually, one of them was a DNF, and it was my second time trying to pick that book up, and I wasn't vibing with it, which was so weird because I'd never had a problem with any of the author's other books. I don't know, but it was a permanent DNF. I'm not going to try again. Second time, we're done. But I'm going to pick 3 from here, and I'm going to try to pick it up. If I don't, I'm not beating myself up, because it's a lot to read this month, and a lot of exciting books are coming out this month, so we'll get to what we get to. Now, for the first pick, I just redid this because I found that I had a lot of books in here that I didn't own anymore. So, Never Keep. Never Keep by the Twisted Sisters. Apparently November is the month for dark romantasy. I'm gonna go grab that, literally just here. Okay. Never Keep by the Twisted Sisters. This has been on 2 TBRs and I have not got to it. I am really excited for this one. I really do want to get to it. It's enemies to lovers, like true enemies to lovers is what I've been told. And they also have a new book called Hollow being released on the end of this month. I think the 26th of November. I did pre-order it because Amazon showed a special edition, which looks really cool. I don't know if it's actually available in the UK, to be quite honest, but if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. But I have heard from ARC readers that that book is absolutely phenomenal. But I do want to kind of have an entry into their writing to see if it's something I'm even interested in. So I think I'm really going to try hard to read this month. And Echo Fort is already out, which is book 2, and book 3 is coming out very soon. So potential TBR pick number 1, Never Keep by the Twisted Sisters. Book number 2, I don't know what's going on, but my neck is so itchy at the moment. Okay. Book pick number 2, please be a good one. The Forgotten and the Feared. That is actually right behind me. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm going to read this month. This has been on my TBR for a hot minute. I mean, it's definitely something I'm interested in. Okay, I just saw art in here. That's so pretty. I'm gonna try. I keep saying that. I'm gonna try and read this month. I just don't think I will, because I want to read Never Keep over this for many reasons, but also because their newest release is coming out. So, book pick number 2, The Forgotten and the Feared by E.C. Garrett. I don't think I've heard anything about this. Romantasy Dragon indie author, book pick number 1, The Forgotten and the Feared by E.C. Garrett. Okay, book pick number 3 is Curse That Binds Us by Laura Thalassa. This is the prequel book to the Bewitched series, and this is their story before Bewitched takes place, and I'm really excited about this. This sounds, I mean, I already know what we're in for because we get hints of it within the main series, but to have a book completely dedicated to their story before, I think is so exciting because we really get to have a deeper understanding of these characters and really see them in another light. Again, this is a book I don't think I'm going to get to be honest. I mean, I read Laura Thalassa's books, I keep calling her that, Laura Thalassa books really quickly, and it's just something I really fly through. So there is the potential that I will fly through this one. But it's so unlikely that I'm going to read all 3 of these. I'd be lucky if I read one, and if I was going to pick one, it'd be Never Keep, because I really want to make sure before I buy their next release that I really like their books, because I've never read Zodiac Academy. I didn't think it was something I was going to like, but then I heard such good things about this, and I love True Enemies to Lovers books. So the potential TBR picked by the Little Red Cup is Never Keep, The Forgotten and the Feared, and The Curse That Binds. Such great books that I've been looking forward to read, but it's just a really bad timing, to be quite honest. So I think if I don't read these in November, I think I will move these into December's TBR that I get to set, rather than my Little Red Cup. That way they do in one way or another get read. So either way, within the next 2 months, they will be read, and I'm just really looking forward to this. This is such a good pick from my Little Red Cup. I think this is the best group of picks that I've had from the Little Red Cup, that I've been really, truly excited for every single one. So that is it. That is the... Let's see. Truly, if I was to put every single book that I was going to read, this would be impossible to carry. So this is the kind of set / potential TBR, and then we have the potential hopeful TBR, and then the potential / select TBR. So hopefully we'll see what reading wrap up is gonna be interesting. We'll see if I get any of these read, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.